Hello, my name is Brett Erdley. I am Catherine's grandfather, and I am a 30-year IBM employee who at times in his career was a systems manager with IBM.
All right, so in what ways is your occupation changing?
Well, IBM is changing a great deal, and so it's becoming less teaching customers what computers are, and more so, here's all of the fantastic new things that can be done.
How is the economy affecting this industry?
Oh, it's very much affects the industry. It depends on which kind of customers you actually have, but the coming out of the PC and cell phones and all that kind of stuff has really changed what is possible to do.
What is the employment outlook like in your career field, and how much demand is there for people in this career?
I would think that for skilled, intelligent, hardworking people, the demand would be unlimited.
What do you find unique about your career field?
The thing I liked about it was that it could be applied to any industry really, and it just depended on the interests and direction of the customers.
From everything you've observed, what problems can you cite regarding working in this career?
What problems? Well, there's a lot of pressure. There's a variety of, some people get into the career and then it turns out they're not really suited for it because they're not intelligent enough, or they're not hardworking enough, or they can't get along with other people.
So what skills or personal characteristics do you feel contribute most to the success in this industry?
The ability to understand what other people really mean, and the ability to understand what the technology can do for a customer.
Can you describe one of your typical work days?
Well, you would get it in the office and there would be N number of emails to answer, and then you would likely have one or more meetings in the office. In the afternoon you might go to visit a couple of customers, and hopefully there was a pleasant experience at the customers, but you never know what you run into.
What parts of your job did you find the most challenging?
Making sure that everybody in a project really was going in the same direction and understood where we're trying to do it. Each customer would kind of have their own separate project.
And then what parts did you find the most enjoyable?
To complete an installation and to see it work. It was particularly gratifying when it was something like the scanning system at a supermarket, where you'd watch people walk in and see something brand new.
How many hours do you work in a typical week? Did you?
I would guess 45 to 50. It would be considered lucky. Could be very much more than that.
How frequently do layoffs occur?
That is really very much dependent at a higher level within IBM that I was at. But it depended on how the industry was doing and how our products compared to other companies' products. Were we competitive? Do we have leading edge stuff, etc.? So it varies, but it was a big deal. When I first joined IBM, there weren't any layoffs ever.
Are there opportunities for self-employment in your field?
There's a lot of former IBM people who are consultants in different aspects, and if they are good, then they have a lot of business. They can get a lot of business through IBM.
What is the advancement potential in this field, and what is the typical path of advancement?
I would say that once again, there's plenty of advancement potential if you want to have the capabilities to go that high. And the typical thing would be starting out and working with customers at a local level, and then basically advancing to a headquarters location where you would get a different perspective, maybe working in a product area and then coming back into marketing or sales or something like that too.
How did you get your job?
Basically interviewed a recruiter at college, and then went through a number of interviews there, and they offered me a job.
If you could start it all over again, would you change your career path in any way?
Well, when I started, it was a lot of people didn't know what computers were, so I fell into a very good career almost by accident, and so I'm very happy with what I did.
How long does it take for managers to rise to the top?
All depends on what you define as top, because it could be 20 or 30 years if you're trying to get to the top of IBM. That's pretty political too.
What is the background of most senior level executives?
Some of them came in as experts from out of other businesses, but most of them been career IBMers for 30, 40 years maybe.
And then the last question, what is the most important thing that someone planning to enter this career should know?
You ought to know yourself and what you really like to do. And if you are interested in designing systems and solving problems, you'll have an excellent career.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.